These young people are our future. They're going to change our world only because there's such a thing as Miss World Beauty with a Purpose.
I've been brought up with Miss World, having watched it on television as a family and everything, and then now seeing the true meaning behind it.
We've interviewed 27 different countries today, and every one of them doing something massively worthwhile. It's a huge privilege.
When you asked to pick a winner, quite honestly, there wasn't one out of the 27 that couldn't have won it.
They just wondered, what can we do to help the others? And they found.
My God, we were supposed to choose 5. It's almost impossible because it was really fantastic.
Everyone knows Miss World, the planet's most famous beauty competition. But there's another side to the show, and without a doubt, the most important one.
Judges, I want to welcome you today most sincerely for taking time out of your lives. In 1972, I was in Singapore and learned from a marvelous lady who was about 83, and I couldn't understand it. I said to her, why every day you do the same thing? You wash the children and you feed them and then you go away. But she said, I know that, is it not better to light one candle in the darkness than not to see it all? And over the years, the same country, the same place, there was another old lady, and when she saw what we were doing, I said, you know, I want to make it Beauty with a Purpose. And she said, and so you shall, and we'll start today. But you know, we're older and we're cynical. And the problem is, our own problems are creating for young people lack of opportunities to live that dream of helping and doing things that are good. You're here and you are recognizing these young people, and thank you very much. And I'm now going to have the pleasure of you, meeting them, but also seeing their projects.
Beauty with a Purpose has raised millions of pounds for charities around the world. And every competitor comes to the competition with her own charity.
Over the years, the women have always been beautiful, but beauty is so much more. And when Julia Morley came up with Beauty with a Purpose, what a purpose it's been.
This year, I think, out of 125 contestants, I believe that everyone has come with an entry. And today we've sat and we've interviewed 27. And when you asked to pick a winner, quite honestly, there wasn't one out of the 27 that couldn't have won it.
This year, the quality of the videos and the choices of charities have surpassed anything in previous years.
It's very difficult to compare the different projects. And it is very difficult to choose because all the projects are very interesting and very beautiful.
They are just amazing, these young women. They are so committed to what they're doing.
Every project is worthwhile. When you see the abuse to women, these women can change that.
Only 5 will be selected to go through to the live final on the 14th of December, when the winner will be announced.
So from simple projects like making a bridge to cross a river to go to school, to touching 35,000 people who are affected in malaria, to children in jails because their parents are in jail, so they accompany them for their whole life, to child abuse, women abuse, you know. I'm amazed with the kind of spread that I saw here today.
We know that this competition is a competition between the most beautiful girls in the world, but it's also a competition between the most beautiful hearts in the world.
There's no doubt that Beauty with a Purpose has made a real impact around the world.
I have seen the differences made in different countries for the lives of children. I see the changes in people's attitudes towards beauty.
These girls they're not stupid, they're incredibly intelligent, and most of them enormously committed.
There's 12% of my Egyptian population of homeless people. And maybe I'm not homeless, but I'm blessed to be educated enough to start thinking how these people are feeling.
In Jamaica, our mentality is that when we don't understand autism, we tend to say they're bad behaving and we dismiss things.
They rely on me now. I've built a trust bond with them.
Each and every one of the girls were having their own contribution, and that came over in all their answers, that they were very, very involved and not just riding along on a bandwagon.
What a job is being done by the Miss World organization. Kudos.
I like to think of it as these girls are all linked together like a precious chain. They're here joining hands, working together. They go back to their own countries, and if they stay linked, they truly can change the world.
So now we come to what should be the highlight of today, because this recognition is the highest recognition that Miss World can give, as we present to you our 2014 Miss World Beauty with a Purpose finalists. So please welcome the contributions from Guyana. They come to the stage. You can have the house lights up as they come forward. Give them a big ovation. India. Brazil. Kenya. Sorry. There's a bit of flag waving. Just wait. And Indonesia. Truly sensational. And we're also pleased to add to that list our 6th Beauty with a Purpose finalist is Bolivia. Well, there she comes. Come on, keep that applause going for Bolivia. Well done. Our next finalist is Philippines. And this means so much to the ladies. As you can see, it is congratulations, therefore, to South Africa. Two more places in the Beauty with a Purpose final. The first of those, Netherlands. And finally, joining this group, England. Yeah. Here she comes. Congratulations, England. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see some of the ladies here have tears in their eyes. And I know that Julia Morley said that she would be ensuring that during this year she takes Miss World to visit these projects and to give Miss World support to the tremendous work that our 10 finalists have done. Congratulations, ladies. Now, we had a chance to see videos from Guyana, India, Brazil, and Indonesia. Could I ask Bolivia, Philippines, South Africa, Netherlands, and England just to step forward? So that if you could come together there. Because what I want to do, if you come together, I know it might be difficult with some Spanish here, but I'm going to ask, first of all, I'm just going to ask you to pass the microphone along and just explain what your project is.
Good evening, everyone. My project is Musica Ramai. It is building lives through street music. Because me and my friends, we started this organization even before me joining. That was 2 years before joining Miss World Philippines. We are doing different street music gigs everywhere in the Philippines, everywhere we can get the chance to do it. And we are trying to enable the indigenous communities in the Philippines. Because I see that it is such a big problem right now, since they cannot really share their voice and they cannot really open up about their problems, because most of them are already forgotten in the Philippines. No one is really talking about the indigenous communities anymore. So when I saw it, when my father and my mother exposed me already with a young age to these kinds of communities, our indigenous communities in the Philippines, I saw that they badly need our help. And I was just so fascinated because they only need a little from our environment. That's why I believe I want to give them the same. I want to give them the same opportunities that I'm getting. The beautiful childhood and everything. I just want to help them with their livelihood and their healthcare. And with Musica Ramai, with the street music that we are doing, we finally achieved giving them what they need. So for me, it's just an amazing thing to be part of the finalists. So, wow, I'm just amazed.
I actually, you know, thank you, Miss Philippines. And you know, if you get to the final 5 of Miss World, we ask why you should be the next Miss World, but you only get 30 seconds.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is amazing being here. First of all, thank you very much for being part of this meaningful evening, and congratulations to each and every one of you. It's amazing to think that we're all doing our part to make a difference. My project is called Always Keeping Girls in School. We've seen that in South Africa, 37% of little girls in rural areas don't go to school during their menstrual cycle. So this has an influence, first of all, on their health. They don't know what to do, they get infections, and second of all, also on their education, because they miss 10 days, 5 to 10 days of school a month. So we go out to the schools, me being a medical student, educating them about their puberty and also enabling them to look after their health, to use sanitary towels, and educating them, which will influence their family's health one day as well. So it's a ripple effect that's being created. And yes, so that's what I'm passionate about. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss South Africa. And now Netherlands.
First of all, thank you for nominating me in the top 10. I've heard more of the stories, and it's all beautiful, wonderful projects, and I'm happy that every girl in here is doing something to help others. I have been working this year with victims of lover boys. Lover boys are a really big problem in the Netherlands, and they are men who pretend to love a girl and are the most amazing boyfriends ever until the girl falls in love. And these girls are in the age range of 9 to 16 years old. And once these girls fall in love with these men, they are forced into prostitution, they are forced to take drugs, are beaten daily, they're threatened that their families are gonna be killed if they protest. So it's amazing that I am here in the top 10 able to raise awareness about this big problem in the Netherlands and help these girls. You'll be able to see my video and understand more of my project, since I don't want to use more of your time.
Yeah. That's okay.
Thank you.
I think we're going to have to ask the network for a little extra time. Miss England.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to congratulate all of the girls here today, because I know how much time and effort they have each put into their projects. And the girls up here were just a lucky few. I know that you've all done amazing work. My work has been on the homeless. I've been working with the homeless for a number of years now. And since becoming Miss England, I've been extremely fortunate to take this project to a new level. One of the main things that I did was to sleep rough on the streets of Cambridge in order to raise awareness of homelessness and to experience what it is like firsthand. And I can tell you that it was the longest night of my life, and it was a shocking experience. You feel extremely vulnerable on the streets. And through this, I have had interactions with many people who I never knew were homeless. Some of amongst you tonight might even have been homeless once. And I just want to take this opportunity for you to think that if you're homeless, it doesn't mean that you're nobody. They have a story, they have a life, they have a family. Some of the other work that I've done with the homeless has included volunteering, serving breakfast at night shelters, organizing football training with the local Cambridge City Football Club, and many other projects as well. And I'm looking forward to also raising money now for a much-needed extension for one of the main homeless shelters in Cambridge. Thank you very much.
Well done, thank you. And I'm just going to take that microphone because there is one last young lady in this group who is from Bolivia. So I'm going to ask Miss Bolivia, can you just say what it means to you to be in this final?
So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so happy. It's an honor for me to be here, and thank you for having me and support me. And my project is bueno, voy a hablar en español. Mi proyecto es sobre niños que viven en la cárcel.
Okay, my project is about children who live in prisons.
Niños que viven la condena de sus padres, pagan las condenas de sus padres.
Children who have to pay the same sentence as their parents, for their parents, as their parents.
Padres que son sentenciados, entonces toda la familia por no separarse, por seguir unida, ingresan a la cárcel.
Fathers who have been sentenced and they have to spend time in prison, and the family, to don't be separated from them, get moved to prison as well, including children. The whole family moves to prison to be with the father.
Niños que nacen en la cárcel y creen que esto es una vida normal y correcta.
Children who were born into prison and they believe that that's what life is about, that it's normal to be born and raised into a prison.
Y estos niños, mis niños, ya están con un proyecto de estudio para un futuro poder ser personas de bien.
So we want to give these children a chance to study and to be able to have a normal life.
Yeah, with studio.
And to have the possibility to study.
Que yo estoy promoviendo.
And that's what I would like to promote. I would like to give these children a possibility to study.
Thank you.
Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, our 10 finalists in Miss World Beauty with a Purpose. And ladies, if you'd like to take your seats again, and you take everyone's thanks with you. Please put your hands together one more time for them.